What if one of the most powerful figures in the music industry had been hiding a secret empire of abuse, manipulation, and criminal activity for 2 entire decades? Sean Diddy Combs, entrepreneur, rapper, mogul, has been charged with crimes so serious they make most celebrity scandals look like child's play. We're not talking about a one-time incident or a messy breakup. We're talking racketeering, sex trafficking, bribery, obstruction, and more than 60 lawsuits from alleged victims. Behind the glitz and Grammy Awards, was there a dark machine operating in plain sight? The answers are beginning to come out, and what's being revealed could shake the entertainment world to its core. The unraveling of a legend. For decades, Diddy seemed untouchable. He built bad boy records, launched fashion empires, and stood shoulder to shoulder with presidents, billionaires, and the biggest stars in the world. He wasn't just a musician, he was a cultural icon. But all of that changed when federal prosecutors unveiled a list of charges that reads more like the plot of a crime thriller than a legal document. And unlike past celebrity scandals, this time the case didn't come from a tabloid. It came straight from the Department of Justice. The image of Diddy as a party-loving businessman is cracking, revealing a disturbing undercurrent that few ever imagined. But that was just the beginning. The RICO bombshell. The first charge, count 1, might be the most powerful of them all: racketeering conspiracy. This isn't just about one crime. RICO charges are used for taking down criminal enterprises. Think mafia bosses, cartel leaders, or crime families. Prosecutors say Diddy ran a network that, from 2004 to 2024, conspired to commit kidnapping, arson, bribery, witness intimidation, forced labor, obstruction of justice, drug distribution, and sex trafficking. And they claim he didn't act alone. According to court documents, Diddy allegedly used his businesses as fronts, record labels, production companies, even private security outfits, to shield criminal activity. If proven, it means this wasn't accidental or isolated. It was systemic, and the details only get darker from here. The first victim and the underground network. Between 2009 and 2018, prosecutors say Diddy trafficked a woman using force, fraud, and coercion. That alone is horrifying. But the allegations don't stop there. Court documents also claim he transported male commercial sex workers across state lines as part of this network. That's count 2 and count 3, sex trafficking and transportation for prostitution. This paints a picture of a controlled environment, one where power was weaponized to manipulate and exploit, where people, both women and men, were moved like commodities. The woman at the center of this charge hasn't been named publicly, but the allegations suggest she was trapped, manipulated, and passed through a cycle of abuse for nearly a decade. But there's more, and it gets even more recent. The second victim. New timeline, same pattern. While the first victim's allegations end around 2018, another woman has come forward, this time with claims dating from 2021 to 2024. That's count 4 and count 5. Another case of sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution. Again, prosecutors claim Diddy used force, deception, and coercion. Again, male commercial sex workers were allegedly involved. And again, the backdrop was one of luxury, power, and celebrity. But here's the disturbing twist. These aren't allegations from decades ago. This woman claims these crimes happened as recently as last year. And this raises a terrifying question. If this is true, how many others are still out there? Cassie's explosive lawsuit. One of the loudest voices speaking out is someone the world already knows. Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura. She signed to Diddy's label in 2005. They were romantically involved, on and off, for over a decade. But behind the music videos and red carpet photos, Cassie claims there was something much darker happening. Her federal lawsuit alleges years of abuse: beatings, drugging, rape, and coercion. She describes Diddy as being prone to uncontrollable rage, saying he forced her to take drugs and pressured her into sex with other men while he watched. And according to Cassie, the abuse escalated in 2018, when she says Diddy raped her in her own home as she tried to end the relationship for good. Diddy's team denies the allegations. But shortly after her lawsuit made headlines, a wave of others came forward. And what they're saying echoes Cassie's story in chilling detail: over 60 lawsuits and counting. As of now, Diddy is facing more than 60 lawsuits from alleged victims. Each one adds a new layer: new timelines, new locations, new people. Some plaintiffs describe being drugged at private parties. Others claim they were forced into situations they couldn't escape. Many say Diddy's team threatened or paid them to stay silent. It's a growing tidal wave of accusations, and it's turning what began as a single high-profile lawsuit into one of the biggest celebrity legal disasters in history. The pattern is clear. Power was allegedly used to control, manipulate, and exploit. And while no one has been convicted yet, the consistency of the stories is disturbing. But what's also raising eyebrows are the names being dragged into the courtroom, celebrities pulled into the fire. In recent court documents, celebrity names began surfacing, some of the biggest on the planet. TMZ's Harvey Levin confirmed that several well-known figures are already lawyering up, worried they may be called to testify, not as defendants, but as witnesses, people who may have seen, heard, or been around when these alleged events took place. So far, names like Michael B. Jordan, Usher, Britney Spears, Bruce Willis, Jennifer Lopez, and even Barack Obama have been mentioned in connection with the case. Let's be clear, none of them have been accused of wrongdoing. But their names in the courtroom raise an urgent question. What did they know? And how close were they to the alleged crimes? The fear of being pulled into the spotlight is real. And in Hollywood, silence often speaks louder than words. But what happens next could break that silence for good. What's next? And what Diddy's facing? So how bad is it for Diddy? If convicted, the 55-year-old mogul could face 15 years to life in federal prison. And now, his legal team has taken a sharp turn, publicly admitting that Diddy committed domestic violence against a partner. Legal analysts say this may be a strategic move. Admit to a lesser state-level crime in hopes of avoiding time in a federal penitentiary. But the feds aren't backing down. The investigation is growing. The charges are piling up, and the internet is buzzing with one question: was Diddy running a criminal empire right under our noses? And if so, who helped him cover it up? As the courtroom battles begin, one thing is clear: the era of invincibility for powerful celebrities might finally be ending. This isn't just about one man. It's about what happens when fame, money, and influence are used to silence victims until they finally speak. And this time, the whole world is listening.